Had any snow yet? I know. Got a bit excited. There's blue sky now over St Helens Street. Weird weather today. Anyway, let's have a look at the road, shall we, first of all, see how they're looking. It's slow on the A38 Queensway in Derby as you go south at Markeaton Island. You've got queues on Kingsway in Derby. And it's also looking a little heavy on the A52 Brian Clough Way, heading inbound at Pentagon Island. Any problems, any updates, give us a call. If it's safe and legal, free phone 0800 145 6161.
The sound of where we live. Afternoons with Sally Pepper.
BBC Radio Derby.
It is Monday, the 16th of January. How are you? Did you have a nice weekend? Did you do anything nice? Have you been looking out of your window at the snow thinking, oh, it looked lovely? Or, oh, no, not snow. I think we're one or the other, aren't we, really? Anyway, whatever the weather throws at us, we are together for this afternoon between now and 6 o'clock. Lots to get through as well. We'll bring you up to date with all the news you need to know about. We'll talk TV with Abby Burns as we do on a Monday afternoon. We'll have your official skive in the form of Pepper's Pub Quiz. That's on the way shortly, of course. And we'll be finding out, well, actually, I've been out this morning to take a look at one of our brilliant Beat the Blues events. And the atmosphere was absolutely fantastic. So you'll hear that and hear my chat with some of the people there as well. That's coming up in a few minutes' time on BBC Radio Derby. Let's talk about Arsenal's. Did you watch it yesterday afternoon? Arsenal's impressive 2-0 win in the North London derby.
Saka to the byline, across to the near post. Oh, it's in! The cross! Lloris got a touch on it, just flapped it into his own net. It's an own goal. The Tottenham captain, the goalkeeper, not his first mistake this season by any extent. And Arsenal are in front. What a terrible goal to concede. And Saka now running free, giving it square to Odegaard. Left foot shot, low and in. It's 2-0. And the Arsenal captain forces home his team's advantage in this game. They deserve it. They deserve everything they're getting here. 2-0.
They certainly did. That was John Murray there with the commentary. The result puts Arsenal 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League table. There were also some unsavoury scenes at the end of the game, with Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale being kicked by a young Tottenham supporter. And it prompted some Spurs fans to leave White Hart Lane early. No surprise, really, probably just finding the whole thing dismal. So I want to hear from you this afternoon. When have you left somewhere early and why? I wonder if it ended up being the best decision and it was a good job you did, you missed nothing. Or did you end up regretting the fact that you left early? It could be a rubbish movie at the cinema. It could be a sporting event, of course, like the match yesterday. Maybe it was a lecture or a talk. Maybe you got in trouble for leaving early. Your absence was noted. So I'd love to hear, when have you left somewhere early and why? What was your reason? So get in touch this afternoon. I'd love to hear from you. Free phone 0800 145 6161. You can text and WhatsApp me as well, of course. Start your message with the word Derby. The text number is 81333. WhatsApp is 08000 321 333. There have been movies. It's rare. It has to be a seriously bad movie for me to give up, because I don't like the fact I haven't had the completion. You know, I've started it, I need to finish it. So it has to be really, really terribly poor. There have been, literally, I could count on one hand, probably less, maybe one or two movies I've actually walked out of. One of them being a Tom Cruise movie. Which I think is regarded a bit marmite. It's called Magnolia. Good Lord. And you know what? I walked out with literally, I think there was only about 15 minutes to go and I just couldn't take it anymore. But the one that I walked out of that I've regretted ever since, and as a big Queen fan, you're going to be shocked by this. I walked out of We Will Rock You at the Nottingham Arena several years ago. Now, maybe the fact it was free tickets that I got made it an easier decision to make. I'm not sure. But my friend and I took our, at the time, 4 young boys between us. Problem was, they had a really long delay because they had some technical issues. So the show ended in the interval, but then they put out across the tannoy, we won't be starting usual time. And it went on, and the interval got longer and longer and longer. And it was a school night. So we were then thinking, hang on, this is going on forever. It was going to be really late getting back. The boys will have a really late school night. Is this worth staying for, was the question we asked. And we hadn't really properly got into the first half. No, we'll go. We made the decision before the second half started that we would just leave. We would go. Only afterwards, only the following day, did I find out that none other than Brian May made a special appearance on stage. Actual Brian May! This Queen fan missed out on surprise visit from Brian May. I am never ever listening to my mate Lorraine again. If she says we're leaving, I am staying put. I've still gone on about it to this day. You made me miss Brian May.
apprentices at the BBC.
Now we're looking for our next apprentice.
You don't need a degree as you'll learn on the job. You'll get hands-on experience and BBC Academy training, working towards your Level 3 apprenticeship qualification.
I've got a foot in the door and been able to take part in so many opportunities that I wouldn't have had anywhere else.
If you love radio and love where you live, this could be for you.
So what are you waiting for? You've got until the 12th of February to apply. Just go to bbc.co.uk/Radio Derby.
Learn on the job.
You make the BBC. BBC Radio Derby.
Make a difference.
So all this month on BBC Radio Derby, we're looking at ways you can beat the January blues, and we're holding special events to help. Today, our Beat the Blues team was at St James's Centre in Normanton, joined by some wonderful entertainers too. Well, I popped along this morning to see what was happening, and the atmosphere was amazing from the minute I walked through the door. Well, that is the sound of people having loads of fun and great entertainment at our Beat the Blues event that's happening at St James Centre on Malcolm Street in Derby. There's tambourines, there's maracas, there's all sorts going on. So I'm just going to grab hold of this lady who stopped banging a tambourine when she saw my microphone. Don't stop.
Oh no, having so much fun. They're really enjoying it. Everybody's upbeat, especially for a Monday morning.
Oh.
And we love a bit of fun here.
And a
We love
Monday
a bit of
morning in
entertainment.
January as well.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. But everyone's really enjoying it. Everybody's upbeat.
Well, tell me, Ellie Fletcher, who everyone is. Who are you, first of all?
I'm the operations manager here at St James Centre, and we've got a number of service users and staff here today, mixed abilities, some with some more complex disabilities, but everybody's engaging in some way, shape or form.
So when you say, we've got a range of disabilities here.
We've got everything from some complex disabilities, some wheelchair users, some medical complex peg feeding and things, but then we've also got some that have just got mild learning disabilities, working towards independence, things like that. So it's quite a broad range.
And do they come here on a weekly basis?
Yep, most of them come here on different numbers of days. Monday to Friday we run our adult service, so generally between 9 and 5, Monday to Friday, this place is full of adults with some kind of disability, learning disability or whatever.
What do you get out of it as the operations manager? I saw you joining in there, and it must be wonderful to see how much enjoyment there is at an event like this.
Yes, yeah, all the staff love it. We all get involved. We're like one big family here. Some of the adults here have been with us since they were children. Some of them have been with us for over 20 years. They've been going to school and college and things in between, but we've known them since they were very small. So we're like one big happy family, really. And we come here to have fun and to kind of not think about any of the worries at home or in the rest of the world. We're just coming to have fun.
I guess working here and me walking in here puts things in perspective. We might all be grumbling about, it's January, it's rubbish weather. But actually, people have a lot more to deal with than that, don't they, in their lives?
Yeah, they definitely do. They definitely do. And that's one thing that, always keeps you upbeat. There's always somebody worse off than you. There's always somebody struggling with you. And actually, our adults, considering their challenges, they are most upbeat, fun people that you could ever be around.
Tell you what, I think we could all do with a dose of this, couldn't we?
Yeah.
To put it in perspective and stop grumbling about the little things.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. If anybody's struggling, spend a day with us and you'll soon.
So obviously we've kind of taken over today, which I guess takes the weight off you for a bit, but how's it gone down, the Beat the Blues event today?
Oh, they're loving it. They're loving it. As you can see, everybody's joining in, loving it. We've all got the instruments. Even those with the more complex disabilities are playing instruments, being helped by their staff members. I think everybody's really loving it.
How are you, by the way? We talked about Beat the Blues. We're going through a cost of living crisis. It's hard for all of us. Even though we want some perspective, it is hard for everybody. How are you coping with it?
Okay, I think it's good seeing other people, like you say, that are worse off. We do lots of things in this community building, so we have lots of advice services, support services for different areas of the community. generally you're always going to be seeing somebody that's worse off than you, and I think that's the biggest thing. And the biggest thing is when you're helping somebody, you get the most out of that. So you kind of forget your own worries, and you feel happy that you've helped somebody.
So everybody who's listening to this right now should be thinking, I ought to do something to make a difference for someone worse off, and then that'll make me feel better.
100%, yes, 100%. We're always looking for volunteers if anybody's interested.
Loving the plug.
Yep, and we're also we're providing warm spaces, so if people do just want to come beat the blues for a little bit, not necessarily with our adult service, but come and have a free meal, sit down in our cafe area, have a little bit of chat, any advice that they might need, we're the place to be.
Where do people find out more? Just look up St James's Centre?
Yep, we do have a website, and for anybody else, just come down. We're in the heart of Normanton. If you Google us, you'll find directions. We're near the Ultra Rock Climbing Centre, so it's quite a prominent place that people can see. But yeah, just our doors are always open.
Oh, amazing. I hope people come along and volunteer their services as a result of our conversation.
That would be lovely.
You'll hear more from our Beat the Blues event that took place today. After Chic, everybody dance. It's Chic, everybody dance. So all this month on BBC Radio Derby, we're looking at ways you can beat the January blues, and we're holding special events to help. Today, our Beat the Blues team was at St James's Centre in Normanton, joined by some wonderful entertainers too. So I popped along to see what was happening, and I spoke to singer-songwriter Robin Johnson, who'd just done her stint.
Yes, I've just performed.
How did it go?
It was amazing. This is definitely the most engaging audience we've had so far. It's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. I walked in, there's maracas going, there's tambourines going, people clapping along. It's fabulous. Everybody just letting themselves go.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's lovely. Everyone's smiling, dancing and joining in. It's really nice.
So you're a singer-songwriter. Are you based in Derby?
I'm based in Wirksworth.
Okay.
So like more out in the sticks a little bit.
Oh, it's a lovely town, Wirksworth, and a very arty place. So, Robin, I hear you're a singer-songwriter, but I hear you personally really struggle this time of year.
Yeah, I spend a lot of time outdoors, and in the summer I spend a lot of time outdoors, and so when winter comes along, everyone can and feel kind of everything dying, the leaves off the trees, the light. There's not a lot of light, and there's not really much we can do because there's just not enough light hours in the day. But we're still expected to keep performing at the same rate. And I struggle with that. I need to slow down. I need to stop almost, and you just can't in modern life. So yeah, seasonal affective disorder definitely gets me under pressure. Yeah. Yesterday, for example, I thought, right, there's no sun, there's no light. So as cheesy as it sounds, I thought I'm going to light a candle. That's the only way I can bring a bit of fire and a bit of light in. And I did feel better, and it was only because I'd given myself permission to look at my low state of well-being from a SADS point of view, seasonal affective disorder. So it does help to bring awareness to, yes, this is a thing and we're all in the same boat.
Yeah. So, and it's an interesting thing you say, because, I mean, you know, I understand the pressure of whatever you're going through. Our jobs mean you have to switch it on. You have to switch that stuff off that your worries are and switch on. Nobody wants an entertainer, be it on the radio, on stage, wherever, who's feeling down and feeling low. You can't be, can you?
No, definitely not. And it's weird actually, because last night I was just really down in the dumps and everything felt really dark, and I almost didn't want to come today. I thought, I don't want to do anything tomorrow, I just want to lie in bed. But I was like, no, because like I said, we're all in the same boat and everyone's a little bit glum, so just push on through. And actually, this is a light time of day. Use the daylight hours to try and cheer yourself up. And something that I found out through this little tour that BBC Radio Derby are doing, and it's amazing, is actually when I take myself out of my world and try and put myself in other people's world and actually do something for others, I genuinely benefit. I genuinely feel happier. And it's the old cliche is true. If you can't help yourself, help others. So this tour has taught me something huge so far.
That's amazing to hear. I love it. And I love the fact, because we're all guilty of doing that. You had a word with yourself. Oh, I just want to stay under the duvet. I mean, we all have moments like that, particularly this time of year. But tell me, you had a word with yourself, Robin. You came here, and what difference has it made to you coming here today?
I am not joking. I was stood looking around the room and looking at just everyone smiling and like the people that work here really engaging and really loving what they're doing. And I was so happy I could have cried. I was so happy and I feel inspired. I'm going to skip out of here, and I can't believe the difference that it has made, just being with others and being with a community and out of my head and into the outside world. And yeah, it's made a huge difference. Coming here today has made a big difference. If you can just get away from yourself and start looking at others, you will get out of your sadness because you'll be in other people's happiness. And it sounds unbelievable if you're in a sad state of mind, but it's helped me so much, and I almost didn't believe it would. And then now I'm here and I'm buzzing.
And you've signed up to do all of these Beat the Blues events, haven't you?
Yeah, I want to do all of them. Like I said before, I'm learning a lot about how actually doing things for others does a lot for me. So I'm selfishly caring about people around me.
Robin, fabulous to talk to you today. Thank you for sharing that as well, because I think that will have inspired others to think, right, come on, stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
And we can still hear the entertainment going on as I walk back through to the main room. There is dancing happening, there is clapping, there are people singing along. You can hear maracas going, tambourines going. Isn't this amazing? And we will be putting on those Beat the Blues events throughout January to lift people's spirits, to help out in this very tough time we're all going through at the moment. This is BBC Radio Derby, your official Skive Pepper's Pub Quiz is on the way.
On a party, then you should go home. We got this dad and 6 9 that got it going on. Going to the party, who you gon' see? See this dad, say you need me.
Radio Derby. Loads of great music to come throughout your afternoon here on BBC Radio Derby. I'm asking you if you've ever left somewhere early. Maybe you felt it was, with hindsight, the best decision you could have made. Or maybe you end up regretting it. I'd love to hear from you this afternoon. Do get in touch, of course, usual ways. You can call me on the free phone number 0800 145 6161. You can text and WhatsApp. Of course, start your message with the word Derby. The text number is 81333. WhatsApp is 08000 321 333. Just start your messages with the word Derby. I'm asking you if you've ever left somewhere early because, of course, yesterday's North London derby, Arsenal won 2-0. Very impressive as well. But, of course, a lot of the Spurs fans left early as a result of the dismal performance of their side. So I'd love to hear from you this afternoon if you've had to leave somewhere early for whatever reason you may have had. I was saying earlier on that I went to see We Will Rock You in Nottingham. This is several years ago, and they had some technical difficulties, which they admitted. There were one or two things happened in the first half. Then we got to the interval. And then this Tannoy announcement saying we're having major technical difficulties. We're not sure when the second half is going to begin. So we decided to leave because we've got young boys with us and thought it's going to be a late school night and not sure we'll stay that long, and then discovered that Brian May had made a surprise appearance on stage at the end and I missed it. That's so unfair. So sometimes you could kind of end up regretting. I mean, like for football matches, that's a classic, isn't it? People start walking away thinking, oh, I want to avoid the traffic. 5 or 10 minutes left. Oh, yeah, we're losing anyway. Forget it. And then all of a sudden they equalise or maybe win. Don't do it. Why would you do it? Why would you miss it? I've never understood that. But anyway, yes, get in touch this afternoon. I would love to hear from you.
Pepper's Pub Quiz.
Okay, here we go then. We do this every weekday afternoon. It's your official Skive. Yep, it's time to down tools, step away from the job that you were doing. Put the kettle on, make yourself a brew, grab the bicky tin. Scientifically proven, you take half-hour chunk of time out this time of the day. It's the kind of hitting the wall time of the day, isn't it? And you'll go back to the job in hand way more productive. Guaranteed. Or your money back. No, I'm kidding. There's nothing in it. So this week we have as your quizmaster Colette Dewhurst from the Barley Mow at Bonsall. Colette, good afternoon.
Hey, Sal.
How are you, my dog?
I'm sound actually. Yeah, how are you?
Very well. I'm very well. Have you ever left something early because you just thought I can't take any more of this?
No, I'm usually always the last one to leave anyway, really.
Do you know, that wouldn't surprise me at all. So
I don't like going. I hate it when parties end and stuff. They have to chuck me out. I'm always the last one to bed. Yeah.
I love it. Have you ever? I mean, you're in a band. You're a singer. Have you ever had people leave early? People.
Well, no. It depends. Sometimes here they'll say, they'll say, we can't come out tonight. I'll say, why? Well, you were up till 1 o'clock last night. And I go, and bite my nails and look at me. It's like, you're joking, aren't you? It's like a dream going to bed that early. But people have different levels of, stamina. And just been away. We had a week, the pub was shut for a week after Christmas.
Yeah.
January, we've never really ever done that, but it's the first time I've had a week off in 7 years. And because I just need to have a sleep, because my brain's all right, but I'm getting on a bit now, like knees are getting a bit croaky and stuff. So and actually sleeping's great, isn't it? I forgot.
Yeah, sleeping is a really good idea, Colette. You should do it more often. Yeah,
but all you can eat eating's not. It's terrible. My daughter gave my belly its own name and everything while I was there.
It developed its own personality. Loving it. Yeah, you're fully refreshed and back to it then, Colette. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been great. Yeah, it's
fabulous.
Been really good. I've really enjoyed it, yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, well, you are our quizmaster all this week, which fills me with excitement and also a tad dread. Because I'm
No,
never
it's-
quite
it's-
I'm never quite
Well, you
sure
want
where
to
we're going to
think-
go or how long the conversation will go on.
Right, so is that like a shoe-in for me to shut up and hurry up and get on now? So, okay.
No.
I'm focusing. The thing is, when we went away, my daughter actually, I did such, she just missed 3 days of school. And because we didn't book it till the last minute, we went to Morocco, you see. So I
Nice.
said, she said, oh, I didn't speak French then. She loves French. She's 14. She's taking it as an option. So she brought a French phrase book and all that. And I thought, well, I won't make some story up with school. I'll just email them and say, look, we're going away. I need a week of parenting, year 9 girls, social media, WhatsApp chats and all that. And also, I'll make sure she learns something about the area and the history and stuff. So that's how we're going to get this question. Because she said, how come you speak French in Morocco? And I said, well, it's part of a colonial thing. And then we went on to talk about the Suez Canal thing. So here's my question, Sal.
Oh, I'm loving the reasoning behind it. It's brilliant. Come on,
Yeah.
suck it to him, gal.
Oh, wait to think of it. So the canal, it's multiple choice as well, I thought. So is that all right?
Nice. We like a multiple choice, yeah.
Okay, so the canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? And you can choose from 0, 2, or 5.
Okay, right. Question in full one more time.
The Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? Is it 0, is it 2, or 5?
Brilliant stuff. Colette, it's always a joy to talk to you, my love. We're going to have a laugh this week, I can tell. And I know you'll give us the answer after the 3 o'clock news. Right, Colette Dewhurst from the Barley Mow in Bonsall has set you your question for today. Do you know the answer? Multiple choice as well. So the Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its length? Is it A, 0, B, 2, or C, 5? Free phone 0800 145 6161. You can WhatsApp your answer. Start your message with the word Derby 08000 321 333, or you could text.
Text 81333. Start your message with the word Derby. Texts are charged at your standard message rate. See our privacy notice at bbc.co.uk/local radio privacy.
BBC Radio Derby.
Since I got stripes, I got the right to rap about that. But brothers like you with your homies, cause you know they don't respect ya. So brother, please, don't step to these real Compton City G's. Well, it's the knockout, definition original, baby gangsta. Approach me like you hard, little buster, I'ma bank ya, shank ya with my damn shank if I have to. Dr. Dre and Snoop Doggy Dogg are really actors, pranksters, studio gangsters, busters. But this time you're dealing with some real ass brothers. Jeez, fool, please, don't try to step. See if you do, then I'll kill captains, all that would be left. See young brothers like me, I'll break you off something. Claiming my city, but Dre, you ain't from Compton. Suckers like y'all is what I call wannabes, and ain't nothing compared to real Compton City G's.
I never met an OG who never did nothing wrong. You tried to diss a Eazy-E, so now sucker is on you and your doggy dog. Think that y'all hogging it, both of you tricks could come and suck my doggies. Beating up a woman don't make you it, but then again, some brothers think it makes a man. Damn, it's a trip how Drake can switch so quick from wearing lipstick to smoking on get big nicks. And now you think you're bigger, but to me you ain't nothing but a trick ass buster that ain't worth the food stamp. And at death row, I hear you getting treated like boot camp. Gotta follow your sergeant's directions or get your ass popped with the Smith and Wesson. Learn a lesson from the E's. Stay in your place and don't step to real Compton City G's.
Boy, you should have known by now. Easy does.
First ever Doctor of Happiness, which I know sounds a bit weird. Here are some top tips on how to keep a smile on your face and a positive attitude.
Beat the blues.
Get yourself a pen and paper and write down the top 10 happiest moments of your life. And I guarantee that if you do that, there won't be a single product on that list. It'll all be experiences that you've done, quite simple things with people that you love, and probably with no Wi-Fi. So top tip to feel amazing is have more experiences.
Beat the blues.
On BBC Radio Derby.
Pepper's pub quiz is underway then. Do you know the answer to today's question?
The Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? Is it A, 0, is it B, 2, or is it C, 5?
Going round.
It's the Bee Gees and Tragedy on BBC Radio Derby. So a very good afternoon to you. Pepper's Pub Quiz is underway. Colette Dewhurst from the Barley Mow in Bonsall is your quiz master this week.
The Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? Is it A, 0, is it B, 2, or is it C, 5?
A multiple choice. We do like it when they do that as well. So, Richard in Sutton Ashfield, you're wrong. John in Chellaston, you're right. John in Ilkeston, you're right. Jim in Greenock, you're right. Baz in Riddings, you're right. Andy in Alveston, you're also correct. Phil in Alveston, you're wrong. Mick in Normanton, you're wrong. Do you know?
The Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? Is it A, 0, is it B, 2, or is it C, 5?
How many locks? Suez Canal, do you know the answer? Give us a call on the free phone number 0800 145 6161. You can text and WhatsApp your answer. Of course, the text number is 81333. WhatsApp is 08000 321 333. Just start your message with the word Derby.
The Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? Is it A, 0, is it B, 2, or is it C, 5?
Yeah. Going up the W. Yeah. Going up the W. What we throwing up? Going up the W. For all you busters out there. I got my homeboys in the house. Ice Cube, Mac 10. Back to second record straight for all these busters out there who dissing on the under. This how we doing it, for front, back, side to side. We be giving it up till the day we die. Fools hit me up, I'ma have to erupt. So everybody west up. Ooh, clear the lane, here I come once again with this gangster click, drumming these gangster hits. Strictly for the riders who riders. I got a west side of rhyme for them riders that's sitting on them dating wires. Pump the bass, hit the switch, cause Ice Cube, Mac 10 and Dub C's back up in this E.I. hitch. Straight pistol for life, ain't no looking back, ink in my flesh, west side tatted on my chest. Walking with the shadow of death through the land of the scandalous, South Central Los Angeles. Home of the Crips and the Bloods, where even the strongest hogs is drugged through the mud. And visitors from out of town, best to stay in Hollywood, cause we don't take two kind of tourists creeping through the hood. West Coast to the casket drop, I'll be throwing it up, so everybody west up.
It's Gun Ho Mac 10, please, you can't get with these. Ice Cubes and Dub C's is my G's and hip hop. Top 3 killers, the new bosses, never slipping cause we flosses. Packing Nina Rosses, fool, thought you knew how we do it. Ain't a damn thing changed, our way on them things forever and a day. So back up, give me room, don't neglect. Just respecting everything I can't check, I reckon. You can cross out the buses and snitches. Yeah, only killers, hoochie tricks, and hot hydraulic switches allowed. On the turf where the real hogs dwell. Sold up the hood, the fattest voters on the block for sale. Inglewood City, the throne I call home. Homies be so bright, you might need your G's on the bell through and spin your end with Mac 10. And I gotta confess up, yeah, this west up for life.
Front, back, side to side, we be giving it up till the day we die. Fools hit me up, I'ma have to erupt. So everybody west up. Front, back, side to side, we be giving it up till the day we die. Fools hit me up, I'ma have to erupt. So everybody west up.
Now I got to show you how the West Coast rocks. No razor blades in my mouth, just a Glock, and I'm hitting you up with the WS. The sun rises in the east, but it sets in the west. No goatee, you get to reap. So hand me the goodies, stocking mask, no hoodies. Christmas Day, I'm in a tray. While some of you suckers got the road reindeer and a sleigh. We don't call it 5-0, we call it one time. It's my life, my life, my life, my life in the sunshine. 19 weighs a ton. How the hell you think that the West was won? Now it can be squashed over a 40-ounce of backwash. No joke, the land of locs and honey spokes. In the East, we can be brothers, but when you come to LA, watch them loud ass colors. West
Front, back, side to side, we be giving it up till the day we die. Fools hit me up, I'ma have to erupt. So everybody west up. Give it up, give it up. Just like James Brown, me and my homies are putting it down. So busters be weary, cause see we represent the city where fools caught slipping and left with their brains dripping. City of the angels, more like the concrete jungle full of Max, Cadillacs and crack sacks.
I pledge allegiance to the streets till I die. So let the 520 slide and put it down from the west side. Front, back, side to side, we be giving it up till the day we die. Fools hitting me up, I'ma have to erupt. So everybody west up. Front, back, side to side, we be giving it up till the day we die. Fools hitting me up, I'ma have to erupt. So everybody west up. West side, going up the
On the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker,
Play BBC Radio Derby.
and on your radio.
The sound of where we live is
BBC Radio Derby.
Still hear him singing, and we weren't missing a lot.
Oh,
it was the end of a tour, and he was a tad on the flat side.
Oh,
it was that kind of. It was, and I thought to myself, well, I probably made a good decision there.
Any messages of complaint?
Yes.
Wesley.Malin. Yeah, there are one or two like that actually coming through. Ozzy's not been mentioned, but others who have suggested they were past their peak, shall we say. I'll be reading some of those out shortly. Have you ever left something early? Explain yourself. On the roads then this afternoon. It's looking heavier than usual on Kingsway in Derby. You're adding an extra 5 minutes through there at the moment as you come through Kingsway Island. You've got queues on the Abbey Hill stretch of the A38 in Derby, heading north at Little Eaton Island. Again, at least 5, probably even to 10 minutes to get through there at the moment. Any problems, any updates, give us a call if it's safe and legal. Free phone 0800 145 6161.
The sound. The sound of...
the sound of where we live.
Afternoons with Sally Pepper.
BBC Radio Derby.
That she walked into my life. It was just the kind of thing that was so right on time. After all the love changes, my heart had locked the door. Then that girl released her magic and made me love once more. Ooh, like the warm rays of the sun, her sweet love came shining down on me. Oh, all at once turned my life around, and with one kiss she set me free. She's giving me joy, joy, joy. That girl, she brings me joy. She's giving me joy, joy, joy. That girl, she brings me joy. Goodbye, loneliness, and so long to my heartache. Now that joy has taken over and decided to stay. Her love lifts me up like no other love before. With every beat of my heart, I'm holding on. Hey, just look what she's done for me. She's erased all the sadness away. Oh, I can never repay the deed, 'cause she keeps loving me more and more. She's giving me joy, joy, joy. That girl, she brings me joy. She's giving me joy, joy, joy. And she brings me joy. She's giving me.
Check one, check two. Can't hold back, I'm in love with you. Check one, check two. There's nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for you. Check one, check two. I can't hold back, I'm in love with you. Check one, check two. There's nothing in the
That girl,
world
she's
that I
giving
wouldn't
me
do for
joy,
you.
joy. I love the way she loves me. She brings me joy. She's giving me joy, joy, joy. A little bit of love and darling. Said I love it, baby. Oh, girl, I love the joy she brings me. She brings me joy. She brings me joy. Said I love it when you're loving me, baby. Oh, girl, you get me when you want me, baby. Yeah, girl, you're my joy.
Check one, check two. I can't hold back, I'm in
Girl,
love with
you're
you.
my joy.
Check one, check two. There's nothing in the world that
All
I
my
wouldn't do
kisses.
for you. Check one, check two. I can't hold back, I'm in
All
love
my
with
loving.
you. Check one, check two. I can't hold back,
Girl,
I'm in
you're
love with you.
my
Pepper's Pub Quiz.
So all this week, your quizmaster is Colette Dewhurst from the Barley Mow in Bonsall.
The Suez Canal has how many locks throughout its entire length? Is it A, 0? Is it B, 2? Or is it C, 5?
We like a multiple choice. Thank you, Colette. Right, lots of guesses coming through this afternoon and educated answers too, by the looks of things. John in Chellaston, you are correct. John in Ilkeston, you're right. Jim in Greenock, you're right. Margaret in Oakwood, you are wrong. Shirley, who went through the Suez Canal in 1951, is feeling fairly certain about her answer. And you're right, Shirley. June and Meg, you are correct. Phil in Alveston, I'm sorry, you are wrong. Andy in Alveston, you are right. Dan in Summercote, you are correct. Shall we find out?
0. Actually, the Suez Canal does in fact have no locks at all, as it connects two pieces of land directly with no high or raised ground en route.
There you go. Every day to school day on this show. We'll have your official Skive same time again tomorrow on BBC Radio Derby.